Hi everyone, and welcome to the unique island of Madagascar. My name is Diari. I'm a naturalist tour guide and tour leader from these treasure islands. Today, I'm so delighted to share with you my passion for my home country Madagascar, and I hope you enjoy it. So you might wonder where Madagascar is located, so let's start with geography. Madagascar has been described as Noah's Ark, adrift in the Indian Ocean, separated from the African mainland some 120 million years ago. And this long isolation explains the fact that most of the plant and animal species found in Madagascar evolved apart from the rest of the world and are unique to the island. Madagascar is the fourth largest island in the world. Only Greenland, New Guinea and Borneo are larger. But I have a little doubt. If Australia is also considered as a sister island, Madagascar will be then the fifth biggest, which is always fine because Madagascar is like a stepping stone between Africa and Australia. And added to that, we even have almost the same number of population, about 26 million. Right, from north to south, Madagascar spans some 1,580 kilometers and some 579 kilometers at its broadest width. We have two seasons here, a hot rainy season from November to April and a cooler dry season from May to October. So this is our winter time in Madagascar. Of course, the dry season is pleasant and sunny. Even it's quite chilly in the mornings. And visitors love visiting Madagascar in the dry season because this is the best time for wildlife viewing. Lemurs! Madagascar is a land of striking geography, from soaring mountains to vast canyon lands, from damp rainforest to spiny desert and swamplands. And these different habitats allow so many species to thrive. Now, let me tell you about the population in my country. People in Madagascar are composed of 18 recognized ethnic groups. And we have such various cultural heritages obtained from a blend of Indonesian, African, European, and Arabic traditions and architectures. Even each ethnic group handles its own dialect. We have only one official language called Malagasy, which is of Malayo-Polynesian origin. As I live in the capital city with my wife and my two daughters, I would like to show you how Antananarivo looks like. Tana for short is one of the most attractive capitals in the developing world because Tana still retains an old world feel with traditional Malagasy and old colonial buildings, which gives it a very unique charm. But Tana is also very well known for its 12 sacred hills. The number 12 is just simple because our astute king had 12 wives. So he put each wife on each hill as a strategic way to gain the power. And you know what interesting is? The most beautiful one lived with him at the royal palace of Ambuimanga. So visiting this palace would help you understand the historical background of Madagascar. After seeing Tana and its surroundings, we are ready to drive down to the spa town of Antsirabe, which takes about 4 hours drive from the capital. On the bus! This city has many specialties and ingenious people like Mr. Mami, who I think the most talented miniature master. But when you visit this town, you should not miss a very authentic and indigenous experience with the colorful rickshaws. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to immerse you in the richest tradition in my country, called the turning of the bones, which happens here in Antsirabe every 7 years. And I'm convinced that this is one of the most rarest and strangest cultures on the planet. Here in Madagascar, we practice both Christianity and animism beliefs. So we believe that God Creator is the source of life, and the ancestors are the connecting link transmitting life between God and the living. So we practice this joyous musical day to obey and revere our ancestors. And we take them out of the family tomb and rewrap them with new silk shroud to be worn. And more importantly, this is a momentous occasion to afford benediction from our ancestors and consolidate the family ties among the descendants. After seeing this great experience, I'm going to show you the tropical mountain rainforest of Ranmafana National Park, which is located in the southeast of the country. The drive today is intermingled with lush vegetation and wildlife encounters. Ranmafana means hot water, and it's one of the most visited national parks in my country. And thanks to its own ecosystems and biodiversity, it has become a great spot to explore some of the Madagascar rarities. This is the only place to stumble across the two rarest species, the golden bamboo lemur and the greater bamboo lemur. I am always dazzled by the way they eat the very tough outer pith of giant bamboo by puncturing it and then peeling off pieces. Do you know what? The greater bamboo lemur is one of the 25 most endangered primates on the planet and may have the lowest surviving numbers of any lemur species. But apart from lemurs, Ranmafana is a paradise for the herpetologist, with a dizzying array of reptiles and amphibians, including the world's biggest chameleon called Parsons chameleon. Are you nature lovers? Please don't miss the unique wildlife experience of Ranmafana National Park. Please! After the visit of Ranmafana National Park with its incredible creatures, we are going to leave for the Mid-South territory landscape and drive through dramatic upland rolling hills and massive granite outcrops. And then, here we are in the Jurassic National Park of Isalu, with its impressive sandstone rock formation and natural wonders. I think that Isalu is one of the strangest Madagascar landscapes. Very much like Bangu Bangu in the Kimberley region, which I've never been to, but I wish to go there one day. Anyway, Isalu National Park captivates many visitors, especially when they stay in a luxury world-class accommodation called Jardin du Roi or King's Garden, just hidden in the rock formation. Very great place indeed to have such a romantic flair. I hope you are still watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, because the exploration is not finished yet. Now, I would like to show you another wonderful and unique place on Earth, located on the southwest coast of the island on Mozambique Channel, the rare spiny forest of Ifati. Could you imagine that this area has been getting drier for the last 40,000 years, and the reason why plants and animals here are uniquely adapted to extreme aridity. And this desiccated landscape is dotted with rare cactus-like trees, commonly known as octopus trees, and the world-famous gigantic baobabs. It is in Ifati that you probably discover one of the oldest baobabs on Earth. But apart from that, Ifati is a great place to experience the bona fide local reality, like mingling with the Vesu fishermen and enjoying their smiley painted face, which really revives your hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed the fat spiny forest with its baobab trees. But now, I would like to show you another Madagascar specialty. Let's go!
Good day, mate.
Hi, Bim!
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, not bad.
It's been a while.
I've been staying at home.
You look so smart today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this look down and everything.
Yeah.
Staying at home, I'm fed up, man. Now I want to go
It's
out.
not easy.
So I want to see some friends.
Oh, very kind of you. Thank you so much.
What are you doing here?
I'm just observing some birds, reading some books, and chilling out, having some tea, you know. Lovely
Interesting
book.
picture.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Wildlife of
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Right. If you wish to, I could give you a little introduction about Madagascar.
Yes.
Come
I'm
on.
Interested, yeah.
Take a seat. Bim, would you like to have some tea or some beer?
Yari, some beer with this snippy weather. No, no, thank you. But I'd have some tea.
Oh, very lovely. Anyway, how is your family doing?
No, not bad.
Very good?
They're okay. They're
That's
all
nice.
okay.
Very nice, very nice. I'm so glad to see you today. Very much. Okay.
I'm really happy to see you, man.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Okay,
That's why I
Bim.
came here.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mate.
man. Yeah.
Madagascar.
So, Jari, I'm so interested
Yeah.
in Madagascar's wildlife. Could you tell me more about it?
I'm glad you're curious about it.
Yes.
You know, Bim, thanks to the high concentration of endemic species, Madagascar has been ranked as one of the top 10 hotspots for biodiversity in the world.
Really?
Yes. If we take an example, after Australia, Madagascar is the second country having the richest floras with more than 12,000 species of plants.
Ooh.
And 80% are all endemic. And more importantly, this is such a delight place for nature lovers. And it is the only blessed country to have 112 different species of lemurs. Could you imagine?
Nice.
And all of them are endemic.
Oh, ooh.
Oh, sorry, Bim.
Hey, Diary.
Yeah.
Why are you using so loud ambulance siren sound on your telephone?
Bim, it's not an ambulance siren. It is the eerie wailing song of the Indri lemur, which I love very much.
Oh, That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's really sounding like a siren.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's a very beautiful call of a lemur in the forest.
Tell me the name again.
Indri. Actually, it is the largest living lemur in Madagascar, found in the pristine rainforest of Andasibe, and one of the world's most spectacular flagship species. Look! This robust black and white animal of 9 kilograms is remarkably distinguished from the other lemurs by its unique vestigial tail. And it is the only living lemur species with such a short tail of 5 centimeters. And you know what? This arboreal species practices long-term monogamy, seeking a new partner only after the death of a mate. And the reason why the Indri is a very rare creature and highly sacred to the Malagasy people.
Jerry,
Yeah.
when the pandemic is over, I will go definitely to Andasibe to see the injury, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'm glad you like it. But you need to get prepared to be woken up in the early morning by its deep grunting noise.
So I don't need to put my alarm clock then?
Possibly not. But before you go there, I would like to tell you a lovely story about the Indri.
That sounds fabulous.
Once upon a time in Madagascar, there was a man who went hunting in the forest and did not return. His absence worried his brother, so he went out looking for him. When the brother also vanished, the rest of the villagers ventured out into the forest seeking the brothers. After spending many hours in the forest, the villagers were so tired with no luck and decided to go back. On their way back, they suddenly discovered only 2 big lemurs sitting in the trees. The first Indri. You're falling asleep. These are very important with the pandemic situation, you know. By the way, during my trip, I always love telling stories and playing funny jokes with my royal guests. So now, I would like to show you one of the best jokes I have ever had with a gentleman called Sir Jan, who was actually among my guests from last year. I found Sir Jan a very great and funny comedian. This funny joke happened into the forest after we saw the highlight of the visit, the greater bamboo lemur. So I took my group to a lovely spot to have some hot drink and some snack. And then I decided to play a joke on Sir Jan. I quietly said to each member of the group that they should decide which animal they were going to represent. And when they heard my comment, they were to make their own animal noise. But there was a difference because all my guests were told to say nothing, except Sir Jan imitating a duck with a loud quacking noise. When I say 10, we all do it together. And you
Our own sounds.
Sorry?
Our own sounds.
Our own sounds, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, after 10, 9, 10!
Quack, 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 quack. I wanted to give you some fun there.
That was a very good setup. The following morning, Suryan came to see me and said, "Diary, I owe you one, but you never know when and where and how a joke will be played on you." And I just said, "I'm always ready, Suryan, as I'm keen on birds." So during our travels to Ranmafana National Park, Suryan had observed that whenever I saw a little speck in the sky, I was convinced that it must be a Madagascar buzzard. This was probably true sometimes, but since we never got close to the Madagascar buzzard, my guest became convinced that this bird was something in my imagination. So the question arose, what does a Madagascar buzzard really look like? And that gave Suryan an idea of how to get his own back on me with a practical joke. That evening, Suryan met with my friend Bim at the hotel in Ranmafana and asked him if he could keep a secret. He kindly asked Bim to find a rooster which could be loaned out for a special presentation to me just before departure.
Come for a moment. We really admire your knowledge of birds, and you have taught us so much on this trip. So we thought before we leave, it would be nice to make a little presentation for you, because I think you deserve it. Come. What? Come and have a look. The black by the way. Bring the chicken. Okay, come on, this is a photo of Madagascar buzzard. This has got to be a close-up, a really special one. Ah.
You have wonderful friends.
Yeah, you have such good friends.
The revenge was sweet for Suryan. Thank you, Suryan. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed watching my small documentary, and also hope that it could give you some ideas about what we have in my country. So I'm looking forward to hosting you again. Coronavirus, I'm fed up with you. Go away. I miss my tourists. Bye-bye.